Hey guys, I'm Josh Brown.
And I'm Jordan Stevens.
And you're watching the Cars and Health Bars podcast. Let's get right into the episode. Today is August 1st, and I want to start out by giving a big shout out to our sponsors, Kim Guys, Steel Series, CJ Pony Parts, Badass Extension Cords, and Speedway Motors. More on them at the ad read. I want to go ahead and give you guys your random car fact for the week, and this one is somewhat relevant and not so much random, but I'm going to give it to you anyways. The Nissan Z is outselling the Toyota Supra by around 75% so far in 2025. That just goes to show how much people are into the Z this year over the Supra. I'm not going to lie, that really impressed me. And also at the top of the show, you will notice that I am all by my lonesome here. Unfortunately, Jordan had a incident at work. I'm sure we'll hear all about it in the next week's episode. But yeah, we're going to keep it short and sweet today with this solo episode. And yeah, we're going to have a good time here at the Cars and Health Bars podcast. So buckle up and let's get straight into this cars topic. So I was kind of reaching out to some friends on what we should do for our cars topic tonight, and I had an interesting question from one of our friends and viewers. Wanted to know, would you trust a car built by a YouTuber or on YouTube? And that kind of got me thinking, yeah, there are some YouTubers, and you think YouTube built car, you think of something, well, they put a lot of money into it, it's probably got a lot of sponsored parts on it, etc., etc. Well, and that kind of got me thinking too, well, these cars are built very, very quickly, and sometimes there's a lot of oversight. I mean, I can go ahead and tell you myself, I wasn't even a YouTuber, and we built my car and definitely oversaw a few things that needed to be done. So I don't know, because there's certain YouTubers that they are building one car and they take their time with it. Maybe a YouTuber with just one car, but I look at like Garrett, like Cletus McFarland. Here recently, even he had that limousine that he is putting his Castlemaine rod shop big block in, and they actually forgot to put fluid in the rear end, and that's that's a big whoopsie daisy there. I mean, they completely cooked that rear end. I mean, it was locked up, and they had just got that car all together. So, I guess in short, would I trust a car built on YouTube? I don't know. I don't think so, because there's just so much rushing whenever it comes to like building a car on YouTube and trying to get the content out quickly. And I get the hustle, and I feel like it would almost just give more content if it did break, because that's just more clips and more that you could talk about on the show. I mean, yeah, if everything goes good, cool, that's one good video. But I mean, if it breaks, that's a video on diagnosing the break, figuring out what's wrong with it, the rebuild, and then the test fire up again. I feel like there's a lot more content to be had out of a vehicle that has trouble versus a vehicle that's just ready to rip. But I do have a very interesting story for you all. Now, I kind of a little bit upset Jordan's missing out on it, because he's about the only one I didn't tell what happened, because I'm like, man, I want your reaction on the podcast. But so I just about killed somebody today on the road, unfortunately. See, I was it's really, really foggy whenever I leave out early in the morning to go to work, and I mean, we're talking like, I'm being generous here, 20 feet of visibility as far as the fog goes, because I live really close to like a body of water. It's pitch black out. It's 5 a.m. There's hardly anybody ever on my highway, because it's just so early in the morning, and it's not really a very populated area. So I'm cruising. I was doing the speed limit. I'll go ahead and say that. I probably shouldn't have been, because it was foggy. But like I said, there's hardly anybody on this road. I'm very, very vigilant on what I'm doing whenever I'm driving in this fog. And so, and luckily I was, because all of a sudden, all I remember seeing is a man in a red shirt, what appeared to be just standing in the road. I mean, this guy was dang near sitting still. And in my mind, he hit a deer, or broke down, or just, a dude in the road. I don't know. So I lock up my brakes, and from where I locked it up so tight, my car goes almost side, like it does go sideways, but almost to the point of where I am like perpendicular to the road. Well, I'm still scooting forward, but I'm headed right for the ditch on the other side of the road. I'm sure I'm taking up both lanes at this point, but luckily, like I said, there's never hardly anybody on the road at this time of day, thankfully, or night. So I get it. I should have came like a few feet from the ditch on the other side, and I'm sitting here. All I can think of is like, how am I going to get my car out of this ditch? There's a fence row in this ditch, but I cut my wheel so hard, and I get it back. It basically swaps angles. Like I'm doing the same thing, but headed towards the ditch on the other side of the road. And this whole time, I'm like, what is going on? Like, where is this guy? I look over while I'm trying to like correct my steering here, and I do get it facing back towards the road. I mean, I'm still fishtailing pretty heavily. I mean, I killed a 60 mile an hour or a 55 mile an hour speed in a matter of seconds, and that's what just caused that much swerving and stuff. And there was a man on a moped, no tail light. The guy was, he was a bigger guy. He was so big that he was covering what small headlight he did have. So all I seen was what my headlights were hitting was just a man in a red shirt, no tail light, and on the moped going very, very slow. I don't know if he just turned onto the road or if that's all she had there, but I never saw that man again after I had broke completely loose. So I don't know if he freaked out and pulled off the road, if he got to where he was going, I don't know, but that was insane that happened this morning. And this is a PSA for anybody. I feel like I wouldn't think our listeners were this unintelligent, for lack of better words. Please, please, please do not operate any vehicle, especially at nighttime, that does not have operating tail lights or lighting of any kind. That is extremely dangerous. Had I not been on my A game this morning, that guy could have very well not been with us anymore. I mean, you imagine hitting a dude on a moped going 55 miles an hour. I mean, that would have been a bad, bad, bad day. I mean, Regal probably would have held up. She's just filled with American GM muscle and steel. But that man right there, he would have been having a bad day. And I'm really glad that I was not. I'm glad I was able to do that, because I feel like that was best case scenario. My car not getting damaged, him still being with us, and everybody walked away from that just a-okay. Because I'll just tell you, there is the exception to CPC trucks going up and down that road, feed trucks, and they don't slow down for nobody. They just go wide open, and that dude, he would have. I'm telling you, I hope that scared him enough to realize he didn't need to be on the road without a tail light, because my goodness, that could have been bad for both of us. That was my morning. So, yeah, like I said, please do not drive anywhere without taillights. That's so dumb, man. That really irritated me. I was like, man, you don't have a tail light. What are you doing on the road? Not only is it pitch black, but it is foggy. Like, brother, I don't know where you got to be, but it just ain't worth it. But yeah, we do have the Tri-5 going on at Beach Bend this weekend if you want to head down to the racetrack and see some good old Bel Airs. Jordan is a big connoisseur of this event. I mentioned it to him yesterday, and he was like, "Oh shoot, that is this weekend." I might have went once. I either went to the Tri-5 or the Bowtie Nationals. It was some event that happens around this time of year. Man, I hate to be I hate to be like this, but man, I have a hard time going to the drag strip this time of year. That pavement is so hot. That track is so hot. It's just like beaming off of the road right on you. It's just, you get sunburnt the first 5 minutes you're there. It's like if you don't get one of those seats that's underneath the awning there at Beach Bend, I mean, you are just getting fried, brother. But yeah, it's a cool event though. I wish they'd have it any other time here. It's so hot. I even wanted to go to Test and Tune this Tuesday. I've been dying to know what the Camaro will do on the drag strip, even though it'll probably grenade the axles. But man, I've been getting some super high oil temps as it is. I can't imagine going to the drag strip. It'd probably start overheating before I even actually made it out of the staging lanes. Yeah, head on over to Beach Bend. Support the drag strip for sure, because I mean, all these local drag strips closing, man. It's been pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie. I love having Beach Bend in our backyard. I think the next closest track I mean, I know there's a lot of 8th mile tracks nearby, but the next closest quarter-mile track that I know of is like almost Nashville. Maybe there might be one between here and Indianapolis, because of course Lucas Oil Speedway is there. I know we're jumping around a little bit. Oh, speaking of the drag strip, LS Fest is right around the corner, guys. It's happening the first weekend of September this year. Usually I remember it being around like, September 11th ish. I always think of, that happening in LS Fest. But I mean, it's happening September 4th, 5th, and 6th this year. 5th, 6th, and 7th, maybe something like that. But I'm kind of curious. How's your builds going? If you guys are going to bring something to LS Fest, why don't you drop it in the comments? Let me see. I want to know what you guys are bringing to LS Fest, because of course, I will be there. Not sure if Jordan will be there, but my car is the backup car for Torque Storm. So if something happens with their two main guys, I will have my car there at their booth. So I'm kind of curious what you guys are bringing. If you're going to race, if you're going to show me what you're going to be doing, and if you're just going to go there to spectate, that's cool too. You can definitely run into some cool people at LS Fest. It's a great time. I mean, I will say that the amount of people that go, it's insane. It is a massive event. It brings so many people to Bowling Green, and I'm excited to go this year, and it's going to be a good time. One more thing on the cars topic today: the C8 time was released on the Nürburgring. The C8, of course, making the fastest American production car time of 6 minutes 49.275 seconds. And that, again, making it the fastest American production car to hit the track. I even seen rumors of it beating the Mustang GTD, which, of course, I don't think it's necessarily a production car. But, the C8, it is not one to be trifled with here, people. It was put on this planet to destroy. I mean, the ZR1, we always knew it was going to be the powerhouse. I mean, the twin turbo LT, it's just not to be trifled with. It's such an amazing engine, and they're talking about the ZR1X. It's just going to get bigger and better and better. It's just, this Corvette's really pushing this horsepower number just astronomically. It's crazy to see how high they're pushing this, and for us to be able to pick up a car that is beating supercars for a fraction of the price. I mean, the C6 ZR1 was doing that, and they just see all kinds of videos all the time of it beating like McLarens and Lambos, and especially any of them. But yeah, let's move on into our ad read, and then we will get into your gaming topic. Our first sponsor today, of course, you know them, you love them, Chemical Guys. They have the best car care products in the game. Of course, my favorite products here, you got the starter kits. I highly recommend the starter kits to any of our listeners, because it is the greatest way to get a bulk amount of products. It's just the best bang for your buck. This, of course, is the arsenal that I have, the all-season arsenal. It comes with the bucket. It comes with the soap. It comes with the glass cleaner. It comes with that butter wet wax and the foam cannon. Everybody, you gotta have a foam cannon. And this bucket, man, I love this bucket more than anything. The lid is it's such a sturdy bucket. It's one of those buckets that you can just sit on and just go to town on your wheels, getting them all cleaned up. They have such good microfiber, man. Of course, the hand mitten. I just throw that sucker in the washing machine, and it just washes it like brand new. Even the mini arsenal, it comes with everything you need. It's got the honeydew soap. It's got the spray wax. It's got the bucket, the foam cannon. It's got everything you need. My coworker right now, he's trying the fogger to totally reset the odor in your car. Their fogger is a great product. Let's see if I can find it here. Air freshener kit. Yep, right there. Total odor reset. Tell me you don't have $10 to completely reset the smell inside of your vehicle, and you get that new car smell. It's such a cool product because it's an actual fogger, so it completely coats all the inside of your vehicle to make it smell like brand spanking new. Of course, got the hanging air fresheners too, but I cannot recommend their spray wax enough. It is just the best stuff. Of course, got the best sellers tab. You've got, if you want to ball out, you've got the correct and polish kit that comes with the tool. You've got all the stuff. This is just some of the best stuff in the game. The foam cannons, man, I can't talk about them enough. They are so good. And what I really, really do like about them is they come with a water hose head, of course, that clicks in. So it's got a V-band style click that goes into itself. So you can quickly detach the foam cannon whenever you just want to rinse off the car, and then quickly reconnect that foam cannon. And there you go. Bob's your uncle. You are foaming up your car. Use Cars 10 site-wide for 10% off your order. And our next sponsor today is Badass Extension Cords. They've got some of the highest quality extension cords in the game here. Got their outdoor extension cords pulled up. What I really like about them is they have all these customizable colors that you can do, and you can even have unique writing on them to make them say whatever you want to. That way you can brand your own extension cords, write your name on them, write what tool they go to if that's that specific. They even have partnership with DeWalt here. And man, I mean, look at this. They've got the 50-foot Pro cable with 6 outlets going along the whole entire cord. I mean, Christmas time is coming up here in a few months. That I was just saying this would be baller for some Christmas lights. I mean, you've got several outlets along the whole entire cord. I mean, these cords are some of the highest quality that you have around. I mean, you need some of these in your shop. Even the indoor ones, they go all the way up to 100 foot. And of course, they have the 3 outlet with the 2 USB. That's really, really neat for especially like a desk setup or a multiple charging port. And I love these. It changes 1 outlet into the 3. Of course, it's got the protector in there too. It's just there's a lot of extension cords to choose from. They even have generators on here for you to choose from. And yeah, this might as well be the last extension cord you're going to buy. They have the highest quality extension cords. All these cords are under warranties, of course. So yeah, I mean, they go all the way down to 25 foot and all the way up to 100 foot. Got that custom print you could put on there. All the colors in the world you could want. I mean, what else could you want out of an extension cord? These are some of the best extension cords you can get a hold of. And this summer, why not pick up a badass extension cord for your shop so you can make sure that you do not lack anything whenever it comes to working on your project. You need that for those power tools. You know you do. With that being said, guys, head on over to Badass Extension Cords, pick you up a cord, and use our affiliate link so they know we sent you. Hey Mustang guys, where you at? I got CJ Pony Parts here for you today, sponsoring the podcast. For all of your Mustang needs, whether you are restoring a 1960s Mustang all the way up to the brand new S650, they've got parts for you. Everything from body parts all the way to your exterior and engine parts. They've got it all. Even apparel for a Ford. If you've got a Ford guy in your family, grandpa, dad, mom, uncle, whatever, they've even got Mustang and Ford apparel. They have it all, and you gotta love their quality. I have heard so much about people who use CJ Pony Parts. They swear by their quality and their website. I mean, you've got everything all the way down to the 1964 and a half Mustang. They have everything. I mean, they even have carbon fiber and shaker style hoods. It's just really cool to get on here and shop. I even get on here looking for stuff for my buddies' Mustangs because, you know, of course, I'm surrounded by Mustang guys. So I want you to guys hop on over, look at CJ Pony Parts, see if you can find something for your Mustang today, give you something to do this winter, this summer, finish up the build, what have you, and make sure you use our affiliate link so they know that they know we sent you from the podcast. I want to thank Speedway Motors for sponsoring the podcast, our newest addition to the podcast, and I've been holding out for some Speedway Motors. I'm so happy they joined the family of sponsors that we have here. I have personally used tons of their parts on my 3rd generation Camaro. You can see here, pick up where you left off. I was looking at me a carburetor not too long ago. I swear by their parts, man. Even one of my favorite parts here, I'll look it up, the wiring harness. They have a DIY wiring harness, so if you are not that good at wiring, they have a full kit that is a universal. You just pick what circuit you want, and I mean, it is as simple as you get. It even comes with a little fuse box and a diagram. It shows you what goes to what. And what I like most about this kit is throughout the whole entire wire, color coded of course, it says what it goes to. You know, of course you don't have to use that, you can wire it up to whatever, but if you're one of those guys that just needs a little bit of help wiring, I would almost be confident to give that to somebody who don't know hardly anything about wiring, really, because I know I didn't, and I wired up my whole entire project car from scratch. It is so simple, it's so hard to mess up. So if you're intimidated by wiring, I'd say this is one of their more popular items that I see people getting. I was shocked. I was talking to my coworker about it. I was like, hey man, you got any Speedway parts in your car? He's like, yeah, I got that wiring kit. I'm like, oh really, me too. And they have a lot of parts for your older cars, especially. I mean, it's really hard to beat these deals. They've got a distributor here, $100. They've got some stud puller, $40. I mean, it's so hard to beat their prices. There's a whole entire flex plate for $30, brother. You cannot beat that. Some of the best prices, I mean, that's always what I've known them for, is the really good prices, the really good quality. Me personally, building an older car, Speedway Motors was a go-to. They had everything I needed for my small block Chevy and my 1982 Camaro build. They're really good about that. My grandfather, he has been using Speedway Motors as long as he can remember. I mean, I'll ask him, like, hey, Peppa, what'd that part come from? Where? Oh, I called Speedway Motors and they sent it to me. I just called him over the phone. He's got every Speedway Motors catalog dating back to probably whenever they first started printing them off. But yeah, again, I want to thank Speedway Motors so much for sponsoring the podcast, guys. Go on over, support them. One other thing I really like about it. So, of course, you see, I've got my vehicles in here. I love them that much, but you can actually put your vehicle in there. And if you're like me, you've got an engine swap vehicle. It's so hard to shop for vehicles that have a engine swap because you got a 1982 Camaro, but it's got a 350 small block Chevy in it, which didn't come in it. So it's like, I need parts for a 350, but I'm looking for parts for a 1982 Camaro, so don't really line up. That's where Speedway Motors is really, really cool. I haven't seen any other site like it. I'm sure they're out there, but you can have the chassis, and then whenever it goes to engine, you can select swap at the bottom, and you can say it has any engine you want to in it. It's really, really neat about that. So you can have your custom tailored vehicle into their garage search engine. So that is just one last really cool thing I like about Speedway Motors. So yeah, guys, hop on over there, see if they've got something for your build, and use our affiliate link so they know that we sent you. And with that being said, guys, let's get right back into the gaming topic. Thank you guys for sitting through that ad read. I want to start out by talking about Grounded 2. It dropped while we were in between episodes. I will say, tried it out, not super happy. the the optimization isn't there. I don't know. You know, it's in early access. Yes, it's brand new. It's like we're just a couple days in, but man, the game looks so complete. There's so much to do. The map is enormous. There's so much going on, but I was having such a great time. Go to have the first like fight you get into with, like, I don't know, a lawn mite or something. Man, the input lag is so infuriating. It made it unplayable for me. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I would go to strike something with my spear, and of course you're backpedaling while you're using a spear. And the whole time I'm backpedaling, my character just keeps like trying to walk forward like into it. I'm like, brother, what are we doing? It made it borderline unplayable. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It was rough. But I'm hoping that they fix that. It is a small issue. One of the bigger issues I had with it is they changed it to where you don't have so many tools in your inventory. You won't have like a hatchet, a shovel, I can't think of the hammer. Instead, you just have a multi-tool, and it's not in your inventory at all. I'm not a super big fan of that. You know, maybe other Grounded players feel a different way, but I just like having that in my inventory. I like seeing it. I like knowing it's there. And my big gripe with it is whenever you go to cut down like a blade of grass, instead of like having your tool out already, you walk up to it and you hold a button and it automatically cuts it down for you instead of you like clicking to do the swings. I know it's probably a really small thing to complain about, but man, it really annoyed me. I'm like, come on, like making it all automatic. I don't like that at all. Like I want control. Like there were so many enemies in the game in Grounded 1 that like you had to use the hatchet on to do extra damage, or you had to do the hammer on to do extra damage. It's just, man, I don't know. I played for maybe 2 hours, so I might not have been giving it a fair shot, but those two little small things really irked me. I'm like, brother, what? Everything else feels so great. It literally feels like Grounded 1, but like an expansion, which is something that I love out of a sequel. Not changing the game too much, just adding a whole bunch more. But those little changes, I'm like, what? Why? Who asked for this? Like, I don't like this at all. The one thing I will say before we move on from Grounded is they made a meme. I don't know how recently it was. It wasn't that long ago, but it had like a bee headed towards the character, and the character pulls out a bow and pulls it back, and there's a caption over the bee that says microtransactions, and it's like grounded, and then it shoots the arrow and shoots the bee out of the sky. Their way of saying like screw microtransactions, we're not going to do it. So kudos to grounded. That was awesome to see, man. That's what's killing games nowadays is these dang microtransactions. And I really wanted to, I'll bring this back up to Jordan because I feel like he would really, really like that aspect of it because we can all agree as gamers that microtransactions are plaguing the online industry right now. And yeah, there's an argument to be had. They are keeping us from paying for some of these games. Microtransactions definitely keep certain games free, such as like Warzone, Fortnite, all these battle royale games. People buying skins is what's keeping that game going because they aren't selling actual copies of the game. It's free. But a game like Grounded, I feel like a game that you pay money for, it sucks to have microtransactions, and that's just my opinion. And even like, if you look at 7 Days to Die, since they changed that game so much this last update, it's actually changed their Steam rating from like very positive to mixed. It's kind of crazy how much review bombing that some of the longtime players have done, and I kind of agree with them. Kind of get on this tangent. So we've talked about it in the past, but they changed it to where you can't necessarily go straight into a biome like the winter biome, the desert biome. You have to like work your way into it. And I kind of get what these players are saying. They're saying, hey, you're kind of taking the sand out of the sandbox here. It's a sandbox game. You're supposed to be able to do and build whatever you want to, go wherever you want to, but you change it to where I have to follow a progression to get to an area. I really understand where they're coming from at first. I thought it was a really unique system, but now that I sit down and think of it from that aspect, I mean, you're calling yourself an open world game, but yet I can't go to the snow biome until I'm mid game or further. That's kind of insane if you ask me. It's a sandbox game, but I can't go anywhere. I mean, that's almost like Need for Speed Underground 2 had certain areas of the map blocked off until you progress through the story mode. That's fine. I mean, that's Need for Speed, and that's the way their story was built. But 7 Days has always branded themselves being this open world sandbox zombie survival game. What's the point of having that if I can't access most of the map until I've progressed through your progression tree? I want to do what I want to. Sometimes I don't want to follow the progression tree. Sometimes I want to do my own thing. And I'm unable to do that because you guys have blocked off areas of the map from me because you think I should follow your progression tree instead of my own. Taking sand out of the sandbox. You know what I mean? But, all right. So my main topic today on the gaming side of things is Battlefield 6. Of course, they announced, if you haven't been keeping up, that there is going to be a open beta happening very, very soon. Originally, we heard that it was going to be August 4th, but it was announced that it is going to actually be on August 9th through the 10th. So just 2 days. It's a little bit upsetting. They are doing a follow-up open beta on the 14th through the 17th. So I guess it kind of does make sense in a way. They've got this short little 2-day open beta for people to sample it. And if there's any bugs to be worked out, then they're going to get those taken care of before they reopen the beta for the 14th through the 17th, a little bit of a longer period there. I kind of like what they're doing with that. It's nice because I have an inside source on Battle Labs testing, the Battlefield beta testers, and I heard the first one went phenomenal. Everything went great. It felt so amazing. But then the second round of Battle Labs testing, it was just so abysmally bad with the rubber banding, the issues there that they just had to shut it down early, like before anybody really even got to do anything. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't have that issue happen. But it is reassuring that they're going to be doing a back-to-back beta so we can get a good feel of it, and they can also get feedback and change things as we see fit. Another thing that's kind of shocking about this is we're getting 10 maps in the beta. I feel like that's almost unheard of. 10 Battlefield maps. That is insane. Because last several betas, it's just been one. I know for sure Battlefield 2042, it was just Orbit. Oh, no, not Orbit. I can't think of that map. But yeah, it was just that one map. And that's cool and all. It's nice to play one map all the time. You kind of get a feel for it. And whenever it comes out, you already kind of have your bearings whenever it comes to playing on a map. But to have 10 maps off the rip, oh my God, that's amazing. And I really hope they work on the map rotation because I know in Battlefield 2042, me and Jordan would find ourselves playing the same map over and over and over again. It's like there'd be certain maps that we would never see. We'd just be like, did they take this map out of the game? Like, what happened here? So my expectations personally are pretty high for this Battlefield. They're talking about turning record player numbers, mostly because of this battle royale Black Battlefield thing that they're adding in. But I've got high expectations. It looks like it's going to be another modern Battlefield. Hopefully, going back to like the roots of Battlefield 4, one of the best battlefields made of all time. You can fight me on that. That is my take, and I will stand by it. Battlefield 4 is one of the best battlefields there was. But I'm super hyped up. I'm really hyped up that all these modern shooter games are going back to being modern. Like that is what really drove people into these shooter games, is it being modern. As soon as they started doing all the futuristic stuff, they really lost a lot of their player base. So I'm excited. I'm hoping it is another nostalgic Battlefield game. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get that, but maybe they'll get as close to it as they can. You know what I mean? That's pretty much all I have for today's episode. I just wanted to keep it short and sweet, just little old me here. So hopefully we'll have Jordan back and have some good stories on why he wasn't here for today's episode. But with that being said, guys, we will catch you in the next one.